Okay, here goes the weekly projection on I'll be doing on Euro USD, GBP USD, and USDCAD. So this will definitely be a monthly stroke weekly projection because you just have the monthly candle closed. So for what I'm seeing here, January candle took out August 2025 candle, which is kind of a yearly high, which is a previous year high. So we are bearish on the monthly. Then we have the February candle closing indecisive. And here, this is the sell side I'll be expecting going forward. The market will take, maybe not this month we are entering, but this is the long-term draw on liquidity. This long-term draw on liquidity for me. This is long-term draw on liquidity for me. This place right here. Then on this month, this monthly candle right here that printed right here. This monthly candle right here printed indecisive. And once I see an indecisive candle, I treat it as a range. So right here, I'm gonna be marking the high of February and the low of February. That is the range we are in. So I'll take this out. And we go down to the weekly. This is just my long-term draw on the monthly. It's a long-term draw. So let me just take this out so we don't get confused also. But this is the range we are in. We are currently in. Let me mark it with a dollar sign. The network is lagging it. Then right here now on the weekly, I have the first candle, the second and the third. You have watched my candlestick pattern. So this kind of a candlestick pattern, these three candles are candlestick pattern. The market will draw to this low. So that is still the target for the week. This week we are entering, this is the target. This low is the target. So this draw below now is where I'll be looking at market to take out. But based on monthly candle that is indecisive, the high and low are the range. So market may still, EU may still go up and take out this high before coming down. Whichever one happens first, or it takes the low and before going up. So this is a range. We are in a range, and that is the range we are in. So then on the daily, I have this. This is the monthly range. Don't forget the monthly range that February created There is the high of February and this is the low of February. Then on the daily, we have these candles. They have an indecisive candle here also. This is also a range. This is also a range. This is daily range. So this is the daily range. How am I still playing it? I'm waiting for market to take the high or take low. Whichever one gets taken first, I target the next one. If the buy side gets taken, the sell side will be next. Then I'll go down to 4 hours. Then on the 4 hours, we are still in a range of this high and this low. So there is nothing much on the 4 hours. I'll go down to the 2 hours. So right here now we have a clean accumulation. We are waiting for the manipulation. We're waiting for manipulation. So I go down to 1 hour. Still the same thing. Then I'll just head down to 15. Right here I still have the same thing. I still have an accumulation. So before Friday closed, I was looking to take a buy, or I had the buy. I'm currently on the buy, and I'm projecting that high should be taken out. That is the trade I'm on. After I saw the sweep below and the change in state of delivery right here. So let's see. That is my projection on EU. Let's move. Let me move to the next pair, which is GU. So here we are on UPUSD on monthly time frame. So I'll be starting all my projection from the monthly because the monthly candle just closed. But other weeks we will just be starting from the weekly. So based on the weekly candle, we have this same thing as Euro USD took July 2025 high, which is a yearly high. So that is the highest high that was formed 2025. So it was taken. So that is buy side. The next sell side, this is a long-term sell side. I don't know how long it will take, but market should draw to this area. It becomes invalid when it close above this. A body monthly candle close above. Then that means it's chances of it visiting this low will be very, very low. So right here now we have February candle closed sweeping and is inside. So we're expecting February low should be taken at least. January low should be taken right there. So that's a draw on liquidity. Apart from that, we have a fair value gap. I have a fair value gap. The spaces. If you don't know what a fair value gap is, check out my video on fair value gap. So they have a fair value gap. So market will likely draw to it this new month you are entering, which is March. Then February candle did not take a high or a low, it printed inside. So Let's go down to the weekly. On the weekly, you have this movement high that took this high and created this three candle pattern. So this low is still a target, it's still a draw on liquidity. Then right here we have this previous week low, a draw also. Is also a draw on liquidity. It's also a draw on liquidity. And let's go down to the daily. This previous week we just left printed, but it did not take any low or high. Printed inside this candle, which is February 16 candle. So this low is the draw. Then let's go to the daily. On the daily, right here, we have this candle. We have a consolidation right here, this low. They are relatively equal. So bunch of liquidity resting below here. Then we have the previous day candle, which is Friday's candle. Took Thursday's low and closed above, which is most likely maybe on the first day of the week, first week. This high, Friday's high, market should go take Friday's high, possibly. Then on the 4 hours, we have a fair value gap above Friday's high. So probability of Monday taking Friday's high is on the upside. So we have a fair value gap between this candle and this candle. So we are expecting Monday, and due to what is happening, geopolitical crisis, we are going to open with a gap, most probably. We would show this fair value gap. So the probability of it heading to this fair value gap is on the high side. And another reason being, like I talked about it on the daily, Thursday's low was taken. So Friday's high is a draw on liquidity that market will get to. Then could use this other block to sell. It could use this other block to sell. Could use that other block to sell. And we have a bunch of liquidity resting here. This trend line liquidity that was just broken out of. I have elective equal lows right here. So this high is an inducement for this other block. So we could sell from here. it has higher probability of selling from this place. So let's go to the 1 hour. Let's just head down to 1 hour. Same thing. So this only becomes invalid. This other block becomes invalid when it gets taken out. But any confirmation here, this should drive the market downward. So Euro USD and GBP USD is bearish. So not to make this video long, let me just head to USDCAD. So here we are on USDCAD. I'm going to be marking what I see. So correlation and USDCAD moves like opposite to what EU and GU is doing. Although USDCAD movement used to be a bit complex, it's not that clean like Euro USD and GU. But USDCAD is more correlated oppositely with EU than GU is positively correlated with EU. I don't know if you get what I said, sir. But oppositely, whatever EU is doing, that is what USDCAD is to do. From my observation though. So right here, I have a reaction from a fair value gap. And I have the January candle, monthly candle is bearish. Then we have the February candle right here, closed inside, didn't take a low, didn't take a high. And the way the candle printed is indecisive for me. I don't know how you define an indecisive candle, but from my own books, this is how I define my own indecisive candle. And from what I know, when a candle opens, created a low, created a high, and closed near to the open, that is an indecisive candle for me. I treat an indecisive candle as a range. So previous months, February was indecisive. February as a month was indecisive on USDCAD on the monthly time frame. So let's head down to the weekly. So on the weekly we have this. So on the weekly we have last week candle taking the last 2 weeks high. So trading only candlesticks, this low is a target. This low is a target on the weekly. Then on the daily, I'll be going down on the daily. Let me go down to the daily straight. Let me check. Is there anything other thing I'm seeing? Nothing. So on the weekly, this low is still a target. But on the monthly, we are inside a range. And how do you treat a range? How do I treat a range? I'm waiting for the high to be taken, a high or a low of the range to be taken. So here we are on the daily. The daily candlestick right here is bearish. So the low of the daily should be taken. Friday's low should be taken. Weekly low should be taken also. So all this thing is still happening inside the monthly range. Inside the monthly range. So one could be looking for an intraday and scalp movement downward to take previous week low and previous daily low. Let's head down to 4 hours. Let's head down to 4 hours. So here we are on 4 hours. Here we are on 4 hours, and you could see all the ranges market is forming. So if it's going to buy, there is a fair value gap below the weekly low on the 4 hours. There's a fair value gap right here. So if it's going to buy, it could use that fair value gap to buy. It could use this fair value gap to buy, which is from here. You could buy from this fair value gap if it's going to buy. So, well, just remember this is the monthly range, that high and low, and we could see that the market is ranging. The market have been moving inside that point. The market have been moving in between this high, this low, and this high. That is the range market is in. So I'll just go down to 2 hours, and here we are on 2 hours. Still have the same thing. And we have another block that could support a sell on 2 hours, which is this other block, these up candles. These up candles could support a sell to the upside. Then let me head down to 1 hour. I still have the same thing. I'll go down to 15. So here on the 15, nothing much, just the same thing. So Euro USD as USD is indecisive for me, but I marked out what we should be drawing to, which is the liquidity we should be drawing to, which are on the monthly and on the weekly. So intraday time frame, you should be looking for a little sell, but it's ranging, so market is not clean, so best to just avoid it. But if you see a trade, you should be targeting this low, or you wait for the low to get taken. You wait for the low to get taken before you take a sell or a buy. So if the low gets taken, you look for a buy. The high gets taken first, look for a sell. So that's what you have on USD CAD. Thank you. See you next week.